We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Hey guys, Derek with newschooltelemark out here in Taos, New Mexico, which is a little bit of an unusual location, usually skiing out of Sugarbush, Vermont, but figured since the weather's so nice I'd take a chance to kind of introduce myself and answer some questions that I get pretty frequently. For instance, what is newschooltelemark? Basically what I do is run into random telemark skiers on the mountain, take some video and put together edits and just, I don't know, have a good time.
So how did you decide to become a telemark skier?
Yeah, so I started skiing in my mid-20s. I grew up playing hockey, so the transition was pretty easy. You know, at the time we were skiing in southern Vermont, so Mount Snow or Stratton, and there was a couple, not a lot, but a few teleskiers out there that would absolutely rip. And I remember just sitting on the chairlift with my wife, my buddy, and just kind of watching in awe of these guys dropping knees. And you know, I guess I just developed a great deal of respect for the technique, and it just looked pretty cool. So decided to switch over around 3.5 years ago. Bought my tele setup, a pair of TX comps and 22 Designs Outlaw X's, mounted them on a pair of old alpine skis, and yeah, basically did it for like 5 days at the end of one season, and then when I started the next season I thought I'd switch back and forth between alpine and tele, but as I developed my skill in tele, I just stuck with it and decided not to switch back to alpine at all. And now I think I'd probably be even a little bit awkward on alpine skis after 3.5 years on tele.
Describe your tele skiing style.
It's definitely low. I like to drop my back leg all the way to my ski. That has a little bit to do with my weight distribution, so putting probably somewhere between 60 and 70% of my weight on my rear leg. That helps me really drive into these like carving turns, but also pretty helpful in bumps. I just get a lot more control from my rear leg, and so I think, you know, with that I basically end up with a super low stance, and I just, you know, I like the kind of like getting super low, exploding up, and getting, you know, right back into the stance.
Tell me about your content production process.
I mean, for the most part, what I do is I slap a GoPro on my helmet. If I run into a teleskier, just take some video, usually do a couple runs. I've met a lot of really awesome teleskiers and made some really good friends that way. I think people look at the channel and they probably think like it's kind of like bringing together other people's tele videos, but actually all of the videos on newschooltelemark I produced and edited and filmed myself.
And what do you like most about newschool?
I think what I like most about newschooltelemark is that it's really a way to connect a bunch of different teleskiers. You know, I've got a couple of buddies at Sugarbush, Ben, Clay, Matt. Met all those guys through teleskiing.
Tell me about some of your chance meetups with other telemark skiers.
Yeah, I would say like one of the great things about the channel, and just about telemark skiing in general, is it really is a window into meeting up with you know, people. So like, for instance, we went out to Steamboat, ran into this teleskier, Stacy, kind of showed us all around the mountain. We come here to New Mexico, run into a teleskier named Keith. The guy shows us the whole mountain for 3 days in a row, and you just get the feeling of like camaraderie that you just, you know, I think it's maybe not quite so easy to find that camaraderie in the alpine world. I think teleskiers kind of stand out a little bit, and that kind of allows connections to be made a little bit more easily.
So tell me why you like telemark skiing so much.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to like about telemark skiing. I mean, for me, it's mostly about the style and technique. But I think telemark skiing, beyond that, offers some really amazing benefits, right? There's a lot of versatility. You know, I think a lot of people see telemark skiing and say, oh, you can only drop a knee. That's not true, right? I mean, you can make alpine curves and turns if you want to. You can also drop a knee and get that super nice feeling. You know, aside from that, it's kind of what I mentioned before. It's like you get such a good community of guys and girls out here teleskiing, and because we're all skiing a little bit different way, and it's a smaller kind of niche, it's way easier to connect with those individuals.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Is that good? We could probably edit some of that out.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to edit out the end when you were like, oh.
So what do you want to say?
I mean, introduce yourself.
Okay.
I'm Derek. I run Newschool Telemark. It's a channel to spread telemark, and I've been pretty stoked to meet a lot of cool telemark skiers and a lot of cool destinations.
Hey guys, so I'm Newschool. I should restart that. I don't know how even to describe that beyond just that's kind of mundane.